Very good afternoon to all of you, and I would like to thank AIS for giving me this opportunity. So, the title of the paper which I am going to present is Surgical Outcomes of Levator Resection versus Frontalis Sling Surgery in Unilateral Congenital Ptosis. Treatment of congenital ptosis is challenging as results are unpredictable. The ideal surgical technique, which gives optimal cosmetic outcome without complication, is still evolving. Tarsofrontalis sling is the standard of care when the levator is poor, but it has a high rate of complications. Supramaximal levator resection has been advocated over the past 2 decades as an alternative treatment modality. However, there are very few studies which have actually compared the outcomes between these two procedures in congenital ptosis. Hence, this study was conducted at our center in patients with unilateral congenital ptosis having poor levator action. It was done at Army Hospital Research and Referral, and it was a prospective interventional comparative randomized study. It was done for 6 months, and patients having congenital ptosis with poor levator action were included in the study group. Our acquired ptosis and ptosis as a part of the syndrome like Marcus jaw winking phenomenon and blepharophimosis were excluded from the study group. Patients were enrolled into two groups. In group A, the sling surgery was performed, and in group B, the levator resection was done. And each group, 22 patients were enrolled. Detailed history was taken, and comprehensive eye evaluation was done. And maximum patients underwent surgery under general anesthesia. All patients were evaluated on day 1 week, 1, 3, and 6 months after surgery. Surgical outcome parameters were changes in marginal reflex distance 1, vertical fissure height, and inter-eyelid difference of MRD1. Descriptive statistics like mean standard deviation and percentages were calculated, and paired t-test was done to find out any statistical difference between pre and post-operative finding. And good surgical outcomes were MRD between 3 to 4 mm, inter-eyelid difference MRD between 0.5 to 1 mm, and vertical fissure height between 7 to 9 mm. In group A, the mean age was 7 years. There were more male patients, and left eye was involved more. In group B, the mean age was 5 years, and there were more female patients, and right eye was involved more. We could achieve good outcome in 73% of cases in group A. And under correction, sling exposure and suture oblique knot abscess were noted in 2 patients each. In group B, we could achieve good outcome in 77% of cases. Under correction was noted in 4 patients, and lid swelling was found in 1 patient. We compared the pre and post operative MRD1, vertical palpebral fissure height, and inter-eyelid MRD1 difference, and we found the results were comparable between the 2 groups. These are some photographs of patients who have undergone sling surgery. These are the photographs of patients who have undergone levator resection at our center with good surgical outcomes. So levator resection preserves the dynamic wing, and it provides a better cosmesis by giving a natural eyelid counter. So the current study demonstrated that supramaximum levator resection is an effective alternative to sling surgery in congenital ptosis patients with poor levator action. Both the procedures are equally effective, but risk of infection is high with sling surgeries. However, levator resection resulted in undercorrection and in some cases significant lag of thalmus, which become less visible after 3 months. We compared the outcome in group B with other studies, and they also reported a success rate between 70 to 80%. Then we compared the outcome with Young et al. And Dave et al. Between the 2 groups, and they also found the similar comparable results between the 2 groups. So the strength of the study, like it was the first study which had exclusively compared the outcomes between the 2 procedures. It was a prospective randomized clinical study. Equal number of patients were distributed in each group, and all surgeries were performed by a single surgeon. The limitation of the study is small group size and short follow-up. So to conclude, levator resection is an alternative for sling operation that leads to good surgical outcome by avoiding all the complications which are associated with sling surgeries. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sonali. Would any of the other members of the chair like to ask her any questions?
Dr. Sonali, you can stop sharing the screen, please. Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Shalu?
Yeah, Dr. Sonali, this is a good study. And yeah, supramaximal levator resection is a good alternative for severe ptosis patient. And but we need to explain to the patient that they may require the second surgery. So did any of the patient had undercorrection or any other complication like fornix prolapse in your study?
No, we found like in group A, in which the sling surgery was found, we found undercorrection in 2 patients and suture abscess and that knot abscess in 2 patients and exposure in 2 patients. So that in which in patients where undercorrection was noted, they were advised a repeat surgery and they underwent second surgery at our center.
No, in the other group, the supramaximal levator resection.
Yeah,
they-
in group B, like in 4 patients, we noted undercorrection. However, the visual axis was clear. So we didn't advise the second surgery for these patients.
and none of the patient had fornix prolapse. Or
No,
any other.
in group B, we didn't face this problem.
No, I'm talking about supramaximal levator resection.
Yeah, in group B, we did levator resection. So we didn't face this problem. Actually, we found the undercorrection in 4 patients and lid swelling was noted in 1 patient.
Thank you, Dr. Sonali. Gentle reminder for time up. Thank you so